Okay, I'm trying to film this. I hope I'm on camera. I'm trying to use the mirror to see if I'm on camera. So I did a lot of clips the last few days about gang stalking and just, telling you guys an update on what's going on with me and hoping that if you hear sounds in the background, know that I'm trying to get rid of as much of this noise as possible. And I've been showing you guys how you can actually hear voices and they're referring to me, but I think, and they're also referring to other things. But I try not to keep every day dealing with this situation. I need some sort of break in between. So today's video will be a lot of crafts. I'll do not only some crafting on this video, but I'll tell you some of the crafts that I'll do in the future because I'm trying to move on from all of this nonsense. So instead of me just talking about it, let me start showing you some things I have in store. Okay, so I told you guys about how we make these boxes out of the bear boxes, and you just use some wrapping paper. So I'm going to show you some of the different ideas you can create with these boxes. And then I'll show you what we have inside so that you guys get an idea of not only can you make the boxes, but the boxes are completely functional. They can act as storage. They can act as gift boxes. I showed you how to make them into drawers. And in this box, I put it so that you can use this as a handle and completely wrap it. So I've been showing you how boxes are functional and they can be repurposed as other things. So instead of just throwing everything out and not having something, you can use it. So I showed you how you can take a spice bottle cap and turn the spice bottle cap into a drawer pull. So you can make a little knob for your box out of this. And I'll do this on camera for you folks because I found a box that this will match with. And I'm just waiting for the hot glue gun to get warmed up. And I also showed you how these tea boxes can be converted into storage boxes or gift boxes. So that is that. And part of what I'm telling you guys about what's going on in this apartment and what's going on with me is that for some reason I have shortness of breath out of nowhere. So I'm going to get into that some more. I told you on my Twitter account about I feel like there's pressurization, magnetization, and temperature changes in this apartment. And I shouldn't be short of breath just sitting here talking to you. So you're seeing in real time at this real moment. Let me put this up so you can see me. In real time at this real moment, what's going on. You are my witnesses. Okay. So I told you I have a box that I want to put this knob on. I'm going to use this box right now. And we're going to put this knob on it. So I'm just going to unscrew this. And then I'm going to take the lid and put it right on this box. So let me put some hot glue on it. And like I said in the previous video, we just glue it to it. Okay. And I'm going to put it right in the center. I know it's the center because inside, in our trusty little box, you see how this has the place where the handle, the original handle is? I don't know if you guys can see. So I know that's the center. You don't have to measure anything. So I just glued it. And right now, I don't know if it's going to stick yet. I don't know if I should pull it, but you see how you can just pull it now. It's a knob. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about my background as a freelance writer so that you guys understand that I love freelance writing. I was under the pen name S.J. Johnson, and you can see some of my crafts and things that I did previously. So I hope to get back into it. I pulled it down when these people came into my life because I fear that they would start hacking my accounts. And some of the site that I wrote for, they changed over, but I had my own websites, and I didn't want them to hack my websites and try to destroy it. So that was that. The other thing I wanted to show you is, in a previous video, I talked about natural pearls, and I want to cover up some of this, but can you see this? You can go on eBay and find natural pearl jewelries for such a good price. They exist. So if you want, you can check out the video that I did. That video was under cheap finds on eBay. So you can find things for under $10. So just to give you a little bit of my background, I was a freelance content writer, and I had my own websites, but I pulled the stuff off my websites because these people came into my life and I didn't want them hacking my websites and putting up inappropriate things or trying to destroy my reputation. So there's more to that story. That's going to be another part of this situation. But just so you know that I was writing under S.J. Johnson for years, and these people tried to destroy me. But they're not going to win. I finally see how they're not going to win. Partly because I do have proof that I was doing these things and they weren't giving me ideas or anything. I always tell you about using business cards. So this is something I also did. How I would take different stones and crystals and write it on these business cards. So this is part of something that I'm going to do in an upcoming video. I told you in previous videos how you can take the containers and put business cards in it and write things on it, but this is something that you can do. So that's something I wanted to tell you. In a previous video, I told you about using these trading card holders to write things. I had this made already. A lot of things I already had done, and because of this situation, I just couldn't I couldn't continue until I get this cleared up. So I did this years ago as part of a craft that I made, and I wanted to show you this idea. So you just take it, make a hole in it, and you could put yarn, string, or embroidery thread through it. And this is just a little way of making a bookmark. Okay, the other thing is, when you find these cards, let me see if I can get all these cards for you folks. You know, I love to watch birds, and I found this great card set with these birds on it, and they're just so cute. These are things that not only can you use as cards, but you can frame them and make art. This would make a great collection, especially in an area of your home where you just need some inexpensive art. You can either take this and make it with frames, or you can put it together. Like, I'm going to turn my box upside down to use it as a form for you guys, like, so we can just use this as a ledge. So I can give you the idea, and I'm trying to make sure I get this for you folks. Do you see how you can just kind of arrange it and then display it as an arrangement even inside of a box, so you don't have to spend a lot of money framing each one individually. I used to have well, I still have the mirror, but I used to put pictures on a mirror. So instead of having the mirror, if you have one of those inexpensive large mirrors and you don't want to use it as a functioning mirror, you could just put something like this on the mirror so it becomes like a big frame. So I think they could sell those mirrors now for maybe $10 or so. If you don't want to use it as a mirror, just take a bunch of pictures. You can have personal pictures, cards, and put it on the mirror, and that becomes your art. So anyone can have inexpensive art. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I hopefully will come with a review of the Coach cleaning products. I hope to do a video on that because it really did save me a lot of time and money in restoring something. So I hope to give a review of that. The last thing I wanted to tell you is, whenever you find these little teeny frames, wherever you go and you find these little frames, hold on to these, because they're not only frames, you can use them as little ornaments for your tree. So there's so many ideas I hope to present to you folks. But let me take a quick break and we're going to do a quick craft right now. And then I'm going to get into another craft. So we just made this drawer. And I don't think you guys need me to show you how to put wrapping paper on it. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I like this wrapping paper because it's already made to look like postcards put together, which kind of also gives you the idea of how you can use the cards to kind of overlap. So this in and of itself should inspire you guys how you could use those bird cards just like this wrapping paper is, to kind of overlap. So you could do the same thing. So everything should kind of give you ideas. So let's do a quick craft and then I'm going to show you something else. Okay, so here we're taking 2 recycle, reuse, repurpose. This is nothing but a lid. It was the lid for, let me show you this. It was the lid for this. And you need some little storage and you need a place to display something. So you take this and you hot glue it to this, or you could just use regular glue, but we'll do it right here. We're just going to hot glue it. And then we're going to put this down. Now I hope I'm centering this. Did I get that on camera for you folks? So right away you have a little platform that you can use. You see that? If you wanted to, you could spray paint it. You could cover it with something, you know, put like spray paint. You could put a little piece of fabric. You could use it in a bedroom. You could use it, because it's plastic and it can be wiped off, you could use it in the kitchen, put some fruits, a bowl, you know, use it as a fruit bowl or some veggies on it. And so right there, you've made something. You've recycled, reused, repurposed something. Or, you know, it's just such an easy way of using something you already have to make something else. So if I have something, let's see what I can put in here to show you guys. Oh, here we are. I could do this as a little floral display. So just to give you that quick idea, immediately you have something. And I'm always trying to tell you guys how you can make inexpensive centerpieces. And right there, you can see how you could use this as a centerpiece, putting some stuff around it, putting something in it, underneath it, maybe put the flowers underneath like that, and then put some over here. So just, you can just, again, use your imagination and you're creating something that you would normally have to go out and buy. Okay, so the next idea, let's see what else. I have another box for you guys. Now in this box, I took this and I made this. So all I did was put some yarn around that bottom part of the Tupperware and made this. And you will get some glue around it because it's black and it's yarn. This is the hot glue. Just use a marker to pencil it in. And the marker will just cover up the part that has glue. All right. The next part of that is taking the yarn. And I'm going to do this, an in-depth video of this yarn tree. But right now I'm just going to show you guys how it looks. So you're going to create, let me get this whole tree. You see this big black tree? I'm wearing black, so it's probably blending in with me, but this whole black tree, you can make for pennies. Pennies. This is just a cone. Can you see that, folks? I don't know if you guys can see that because it's black and I'm wearing black. It's just a cone. And I wanted to show you the back part first so you can see how it's done. This is the seam. And you just glue around. And when you have spaces, just use a marker in between. And I put a gold metal marker at the base to match back to this base that I made out of a tissue box. So this is a tissue box. And then, of course, a piece of cardboard roll as the trunk of the tree. Now you could put other things. I mean, you can use this and put other things. You can fill it with flowers. You can make a different color tree. But this is how it looks together. Let me see. So you put it right there. So again, you can make this side the front. Oop. You can make this side the front, or you can make this part the front, or you can spin it around. So what I like about doing these types of crafts is that these are functional. So instead of having to have a lot of different Christmas trees, if, you know, this past year we had a Christmas tree shortage, and you might not be able to get a Christmas tree. Let me put this behind it so you can see it a little bit better. You might not be able to get a Christmas tree. So everyone can have a Christmas tree. Everybody can have the ability to have something decorative in their home. You don't have to spend a lot of money. And I think in some ways this is going to help us save a lot of time. Because once you make something like this, you throw it in a box, and then the next year you take it back out. So you just have something that you can constantly use. And that's part of what recycle, reuse, repurpose. When I was coming up with the idea for recycle, reuse, repurpose, the goal of it is not to keep throwing things out, creating more waste, or not appreciating what we have. It's looking at something and thinking, oh, how can I repurpose that? So let me go back into our box and see what else is in here. Okay. So my mom picked this up for me, and I love it. These were supposed to be for putting on top of, you know, putting it on a glass, putting it on a surface. But I decided to use it in a different way. So in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how I used it. But I'll give you a peek at how I used it. So you're supposed to take this and you peel it off the back. And you're supposed to use it like that. So as an adhesive, and then you can put it in one of these fancy crafting machines. But I decided to use it in a different way. And I'm going to give you a preview of that. And we'll do it on camera. So what I did was I took the blue one. This comes in blue also. And I cut a circle from it. And I put it on a mayonnaise jar inside and then on the outside. So I'm going to show you how I did it. So I took the lid of the mayonnaise jar, and I put this down like this. And that becomes our base. This is a different spice jar that I already showed you earlier, how you can take a spice jar like this and take the glue off. And this becomes part of the stand for your other container. So you take the cap. Now I have another cap that I started to paint because I really wanted to have a rustic look. So I'm going to, instead of using the one that isn't painted, I'm going to use the painted one for you folks. And I'll do it right on camera to show you. Oh, this is part of, I put some pine cones in this container that I made, which is the bottom of this. And I have part of the pine cone on it. So we're going to just take some glue and glue this down. And take this part and attach it right in the center. So right there, you have a pedestal. Okay? And if for some reason this is not sticking completely like it should, just put some glue on it and it will stick. So you have another pedestal. Again, here we go. You can use this now as a centerpiece for something. If you wanted to, you could put something else at the bottom to make it even sturdier. So all I'm doing is giving you some ideas of how you could take things you already have, and you have different levels to a pedestal. So you can put fruit on this one, which is a little bit sturdier. This one is something lighter. You put some flowers inside of it. And if you needed another display, you can make something else similar to it. So again, you have all of these options on how, instead of running to the store buying things, you just take what you already have and you recycle it, you reuse it, and repurpose it. So let me get one other idea in here for you folks so that I can finish up. Okay, I'm going to just pause this for a moment, folks, so we can go to our last idea. So for our last idea, I'm going to show you something that I found on YouTube, and it's about using t-shirts to make yarn, which I just love the idea of doing that. So I'm going to try to get this back on our table so I can show you folks. So let me go to my trusty little box, open it up, and show you what I mean. And you could just search this on YouTube. Go under t-shirt yarn. So normally you would buy the more expensive baby yarn, and it's gorgeous, it's nice, it's safe to use, and it's very soft. It has that, let me show you how it looks, kind of furry, and this is a ball of it. But this can get expensive. So you can just take a t-shirt, an old t-shirt like this, and you cut it up, and the way you cut it, you just search on YouTube for t-shirt yarn. And then you can make a great blanket, a great quilt. I showed you how I made a cute necklace out of it. And if you hold on for one moment, I'll show you that necklace. So I told you guys how I made this necklace out of a t-shirt. This necklace right here is made out of this t-shirt. So it's so easy to take something that you already have and you just make something else. Now, I could have, I guess, made it out of baby yarn, but it would be furry like this. And I didn't want it to be furry. I wanted it to be more like this, which is not furry, because I think this is more summer. And I guess if you wanted to, you can make a furry necklace in the summer, but I didn't think that was something I wanted. But I'm going to just let you guys know, I'm going to do more of these handcrafted jewelry videos. So you can take a t-shirt, rip it up, make fringe necklaces, make multi-strand necklaces, make crochet necklaces, but you can also use it to make cute little blankets, which I think is a great idea. So I hope you guys continue to watch these videos, like these videos, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, folks.